This man may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
Brett Riley.
And for the man you all came to see, put it together for Brett Riley.
Brett Riley.
All right. Welcome to Couldn't Help But Notice. I'm your host, Brett Riley. My man, J. Chris Newberg, is my guest today. J. Chris is having a stellar 2013-2014, in my estimations. Are you pretty excited and happy with how things have been going for yourself, sir?
I think I'm, absolutely. But I mean, I think I remain as tortured as every other artist who never really ever has enough. You know, it's the insatiable thought that you're failing constantly, even when you're on stage accepting an award.
That's true. No, but for those that don't know, what you should know, J. Chris, really your first real ripping it, right, was for a national audience was on America's Got Talent, right?
Yeah, the last episode when I did the Pierce Morgan roast.
You did the Pierce Morgan roast, and that's still a great moment.
It was a good moment, and I parlayed that, and by parlayed I mean 2.5 years later.
2.5 years later.
I kept the momentum going and did the Tonight Show.
And then most recently, you just did Arsenio.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, by the way, J. Chris, even though you just said you're a friggin' tortured soul, this guy had me and my wife doing a vision board.
Vision boards.
Yeah, vision boards, because
Yeah.
my wife participated. Because when Chris and I first hung out, I asked him about, I was like, what's this? And he was like, it's my vision board. You don't have one, you need to have one. And I'd never made one, and my wife has always wanted me to do it, and I never did it, and I did it, and that was just crazy, dude. That's too early into the right after making the vision board to accomplishing a goal.
Yeah, because I had on my vision board the first one. My first goal of 2014 was kill it on Arsenio. And so I did it like this first or second week of January.
Yeah.
And then when the show put out the video of it, they said J. Chris Newberg kills it on the show. And I was like, wow, that is... Maybe it's a Sharpie and a construction board, but still.
But still, it's good things.
Yeah.
And also, the reason I had to have you on the show as my guest is because, honestly, man, it's been cool. You've helped me ingratiate myself and kind of become not as much of a keep to myself type of guy, because I've been doing comedy for a long time, and 14 years, but J. Chris was the guy that came up to me and he was like, hey, you had a really good set tonight. I was like, oh, thanks. We were at Pink Taco. And you go, why don't you come and hang out with me and my friends? And I was like, oh, all right, okay. And then the best line that really stuck with me was when you were like, dude, act like you belong. Act like why are you acting like, quit? To quote you, you said, why do you do that? You do this Woody Harrelson thing. You do this whole white men can't jump thing where you're like, oh, what? You guys are picking me for your team? And then you come in and rain threes from all over the gym. It's like kind of offensive to people that actually appreciate your talent. And I'd never thought of it that way. And it's good to have friends that say positive things, even though you're such a tortured soul.
Yeah, well, I just love that you used ingratiate and splosion.
I like explosions, man.
You said splosion and you said ingratiate, so I think it's a good day.
It is. When you can get big words out like that.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like you, in this town, if nothing else, I mean, it's just like we all have, everybody has moments of insecurity. Like all of our, people who've, been wildly successful, they have, moments of feeling not good enough, whatever. Yeah. So it's like you got to lie. I mean, because that basically people who have succeeded are just really good at making people believe the lie that they're
make
worth
them
it.
believe that they're super confident all the time. Nobody's super confident all the time.
No, not. I mean,
but
yeah. I mean, it took me 7 hours to convince myself to leave my house today. I was just afraid that the hallway people were going to kill me.
The hallway people?
Yes, I can't stand hallway people.
Like, are we talking about your neighbors?
No, hallway people are people who prevent me from succeeding. They're the people who live outside of my apartment. And every day is a struggle.
Huh.
I'm going to lip bite for the camera. It's like a Lifetime Channel movie.
It is. You have to... Every day is a different struggle on...
Is that the music from Love Story?
The walking away music from Incredible Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I thought it was Love Story.
Love Story's pretty.
It's pretty good.
No. Yeah. No,
So someone just killed the Hulk. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding about being a tragic, tortured soul. Obviously, I'm a happy-go-lucky.
That's because you're a rocker, though.
Yeah.
Which I'm a hip hop. I'm a hip hop R&B type guy. That's just kind of more my style. You're more of a rocker.
I am.
You're more of a rocker, which means that it's not cool to be happy and like be, like if you're a
Well, yeah,
rocker,
because you guys are running around rhyming shit 24 hours a day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
When the 2 times I got in your car, you were like, "Hey man, want to hear me make some beats to this track?" And I'm like,
No.
"Sure, I'd love that."
That's also
And then you do it for like, and then like, pick another song. I'll write rhymes to this. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die."
I'm sorry. It's fun. I'm sorry. Freestyle rapping,
What happened to you during the rap battle?
Oh,
Come
God.
on, man. You're like this ninja warrior of rap. And I go to see Brett. And I always enjoy seeing Brett. He's one of my favorite comics and friends. And I went to go see him. He's like, "I'm in the rap battle. It's going to be epic." And anytime anyone uses words like epic, it's always terrible. Because like sometimes you like use epic to describe a burrito or something like that. So it's like obviously not.
I agree.
That said, hold on. Come on, I know, big talker. I'm telling this story. So I go there, and you're up on stage against some 900-year-old man with a soup hat who kind of looks a little like Ted Knight in Caddyshack. It's almost like the same hat, like, "Oh, it looks good on you, though." And this guy fucking runs circles around you.
I don't really think that's what happened.
I'm going to tell the rest of the story.
Okay.
So this guy goes up and he insults you, and then you were like, you don't insult him back, and you did some rhyme, and I think you ended with like 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. And it was just like, everybody in the crowd was like, "What just happened?" So what did happen? Let's get the story on that.
All right. For one, all right. I have had the good fortune of actually winning a couple of those rap battles.
Yep.
And it's usually a good time. This time, the guy didn't say anything mean about me. So I didn't say anything mean about him, so I kind of took it light. And I also didn't know we were going to get 1 round. Every other rap battle that night, they were like, okay, let's go to round 2. This time you go first. Okay, round 3. They did 1 round. The dude didn't say anything mean about me. He didn't, I just...
You felt bad because he was 100 years old.
Yeah,
and
and
you
I
thought
just-
you'd hurt him.
I thought that I would just show that I could rap, and I can't remember what I
Do
said.
a rap battle on me right now. We'll have a one-off. Come on, why not?
No. Okay. But like I can't. Like what I said was, I was like, there will never be a clone. I sit alone on the throne. I'm the man of the hour, and hey, here's your wife on the phone. Like I had nothing that night, and I still. And actually, thank you for bringing it up because I haven't recovered yet. I haven't recovered.
Oh, you really? Oh, I'm sorry for this poking you in the scab.
It's all right. I'm just saying, I used to enjoy rapping.
Now I've ruined it for you?
No, that night did, though, for a little bit. I'm just taking a hiatus.
Yeah. You got to do the like rabbit thing and work on your skills.
Oh, yeah, I got to go work at the factory for a while.
Right.
I'm not... It also made me... It happened for a reason. Sam Tripoli, though, that night was when I came out, and he was like, "What was that, bro?" He was like...
Why would I lie?
He goes, "What was that, bro?" He was like, you have all the tools, you have the arsenal, and you like patted at him. You didn't do anything. That's why you didn't win. And he was like, it was like watching Anderson Silva fuck around with Chris Weidman for the UFC championship and get knocked out because you're just head bobbing and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. My aggression is gone to shit now that I'm happy.
Yeah, isn't that the worst?
It does take away from... It makes me feel like I have low T.
Low T. Well, there was that one story I saw on Behind the Music was Dee Snider from Twisted Sister was talking about the success of their first record.
Okay.
And he said like it sold like 3 or 4 million copies, and he said they were struggling and they were like living out of their van and hustling, and then they had all the success, and so they had all the success, and then all of a sudden he was like, okay, it's time to write the second record. And he's sitting by the swimming pool. He's got a beautiful wife, a huge house, Corvette in the driveway.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I'm not really angry anymore.
That's kind of what happened, though, the other night. Seriously. I've got a 1-year-old. I've managed to keep a human alive for
Yep.
over a year.
That's amazing.
My My wife is better looking every day. I'm really happy right now. And I finally have friends that I like. I told my wife this the other day. I was like, this is sad. This is sad, but this is totally true. I've never had friends like the group that we run with now that actually send me a text and say, "Hey man, what are you doing tonight?" I never had that. I really I was always the guy that if I didn't initiate and I didn't put in the effort and wasn't the one that was being proactive, then I would just end up hanging out my house with my wife, which is fine. But it's just good to have. It's good to have friends that are like, "Hey, let's go do something. Let's go pop it in. Let's go to the bar. Let's go just do something." So it's nice. You really, really like the Hulk music, Angela. Love it.
Always followed by the suicidal gunshot.
Always.
Nice. No, that's good, man. I'm good. It's good that you're happy. But it just how can you tell jokes when you're happy?
Well, luckily I don't have like an angsty or like an angry style. So the comedy goes fine. That's another thing. It's a comedy rap battle. I just had a really great set right before the battle. That guy didn't have a good set.
Yeah, but he won the battle.
That's in my mind, I'm just kind of like the...
I know. We all have bad sets.
Yeah, I get.
Look, do you remember that time when I dove down the street on the cement? I still have this from that.
That might actually be something you should get looked at.
I put medicine on it. I didn't today, but
That doesn't look like it's outward though. That looks like...
think it's inward.
Yeah, that's that's an inner owie.
So I should get it looked at.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like an inner boo-boo. That's not like a scrape. At first I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, that's a scraped knee." No, that looks like it's an...
It looks like cancer.
looks like it's not a tumor. No, it's something that needs to be looked at.
All
No,
right.
but we were
Interesting story. Yeah, it's a good story.
we were out, and Jake, you were abnormally, as the hip hop kids would say, you were on one that night. And I didn't really realize it until I started to realize that you were tipsy when you kept handing me your phone.
Right.
No, you kept asking me
To text that girl.
text this girl. And I'm like, you're gonna ask the married guy to text a girl from my phone. Okay. This is a request I'd never heard before.
Yeah, but like just a little bit backstory for the information was I had just come back from India and I was unaware that you're not allowed to mix Ambien and alcohol. I did not know that you could not drink copious amounts of tequila as well as Ambien at the same time.
Well, what you must have taken the Ambien at like 3 o'clock in the morning. The
night before.
The night before. So it was still in your system when we decided to go out for drinks inside of a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And it definitely affected you because I was like, he was like, wow. I was like, you're feeling it. You're happy tonight. And you were like, what? Okay, so what? And then we come walking from the Comedy Store, got to the Den, and and all the Laugh Factory girls were there, and you just, hey, and like ran, like full on sprint, and the slope is like this, and all of a sudden I just see you eat it. I thought your face bounced off the cement.
Yeah, I think you're the only one who saw. Like, it was
I was really worried.
It was a hard fall. I'm so surprised I didn't break anything from it.
So did you take the whole fall like on that knee? Obviously,
I have no recollection of the fall.
But you caught yourself. You obviously caught yourself like this because I thought you hit your face.
Right.
And when I saw that you didn't, I was like, okay, he's all right. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the next day, you were like, I can't move my shoulder.
Yeah, I couldn't. That was awful. I couldn't even put a shirt on. It was so hard. But I didn't. It was the kind of thing where it's like the phone rings and it's the girl from the night before calling constantly. She's leaving messages. She's like, just call me when you wake up so I know that you're okay. And I'm fully clothed. I see a rip in my knee on my jeans. I'm like, okay. And then the second I was like, call her, why I'm okay. And then I called her and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, why? What's up? And she's like, you fell so hard. And at that moment, all the pain in my life came in. Like I had completely forgotten that I'd fallen and everything. And I couldn't even fucking move. It was horrible. I was like, oh my God. Oh, ow. Oh.
Oh my God.
Exactly. It was a life moment. It was so proud of me that day. I don't think I went out for like a week after that.
No, you didn't.
I was like, fuck that. I'm hiding.
Yeah, you were like, I'm not going out. Yeah, that was like a good health week
Yeah.
for us that week.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know if it was a warning sign or it was an alert. That
It's just an alert.
It was an alert that says, don't dive in the cement.
Yeah, don't sprint on very. Yeah, the more you know.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
sprint on steep
Steep cement.
cement. Oh, by the way, I haven't even made a mention of what's behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Have I?
No, you should.
Okay,
though.
if you're watching today, you'll see that. Couldn't help but notice we're at the State Fair, Hutchinson, Kansas. Again, last week with Raj, we were at the State Fair also.
Not in Hutchinson, Kansas.
In Hutchinson, Kansas. And
Who do you see in the picture?
I see some lovely kids having a good time.
Or-
I don't understand why this guy. Anyway,
The orange guy?
no. The orange guy. We know why. Angelo put the arrow on him because this guy's way too happy, and with no kid next to him.
Well, how do you know that the dude with the microphone isn't calling the authorities?
That's why I was saying, why is he on a CB?
Yeah, because he's definitely phoning ahead to the police because the guy's right hand is kind of diddling the red-haired kid.
That's not.
Well,
That guy would have to have a really long arm. That red. And the redhead. Why is it? He's just kind of fades into the background of the picture.
Who is?
Are you a pedophile?
The redhead just. I don't know.
Because he's already torn up. I mean, it's just like his dad is weird. There's going to be a whole bunch of problems in high school. And the girl, that's his sister, she knows. And she knows that the mom knows and the mom won't do anything about it.
Okay, this has gone way too dark for me.
Why?
Because I'm a dad now.
Oh, sorry.
I can't. Yeah.
I apologize. Let's just change that up. The guy in the orange is the school principal,
Yeah.
and they're on an outing, and he had the guy with the microphone call ahead for ice cream cake.
I like
Is that better there?
I like that better.
I thought that was good in comparison to you like
I
the
thought that
pedophile
one.
one.
I thought that one was better.
In my opinion, darker is funnier.
That's what I thought.
See, everybody
See?
does that. Everybody thinks. I don't know. I know I'm in the.
Minority?
Yeah. Thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
wasn't
You
gonna find that
sick
word.
bastard!
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I'm kind of I lose rap battles because of it. I can't.
Because you're not angry.
Can't
you
find
need-
my dark side.
You need someone to, like, you need some guy that you went to high school with to move in and start dating your mom. That's like the 8 Mile story,
That's true.
you know?
How is Kim Basinger still that hot though?
Ugh, it's annoying how hot she is.
Yeah.
But you know she's crazy if Alec Baldwin left her. They were married.
Alex pretty crazy too, man.
What? I know, I was kidding.
Oh.
I thought for sure that would get music.
If I were Alec Baldwin, I would just remind people all the time that I used to. By the way, did you know that I used to fuck Kim Basinger?
Right.
Like that's all I would do all day if I was Alec Baldwin. I wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I would just walk around.
He's so talented.
He is. Okay. That leads me to my thing I wanted to pose to you. Have you just noticed how fucking dumb everything is right now? Like, you have to explain this to me. This is a perfect forum for it.
Okay.
When I called you last night to ask if you wanted to go out after I did my improv set, you said, "Well, yeah, hit me up. I'm gonna watch The Bachelor."
Right. That's my favorite television show. I will take as much abuse from anyone about it. It's comedy gold, and it's one of my favorite shows.
I don't understand how we've gotten to that point in America.
Well,
Because-
I also like Breaking Bad.
Okay, that's cool.
I like a good scripted show.
Good script. But here's the thing that I don't understand is how did we get to this point in America where, dude, that's no different than a dude going to the bunny ranch
Right. That's
and going, I would like, this is the prostitute I'm going to sleep with.
Yes, you are
It's
correct.
the same thing.
It's exactly like that.
And it's just,
It's just the thing. The reason I like this season is because the guy's so fucking dumb.
Is he?
He's just dumb.
well, they've never not been.
No, there've been some good ones that are kind of cool.
I met Jake Pavelka one night.
I don't know who that is.
Jake Pavelka he was on The Bachelorette, I think.
Okay.
I don't even know. But he's like the dude that's like an airline pilot.
Right.
and he was on Dancing with the Stars, and he won't go away now. Now he's like finds his way on every
Okay.
one of those subterranean whatever. I just don't get. I don't get it. Like, dude, I don't like it. Couldn't be more vapid. Like everything's just that's what bothers me. Is that things are so vapid. There's nothing there. There's like I just like watching it because they're stupid. Like I don't understand the Kardashian thing.
I don't get the Kardashian thing, but it's like they're so insanely famous that I was talking to one of the programmers at E, and she said if they could, they would have that show on 24 hours a day because it is so popular.
Because the ratings, they get the ratings. Same with
Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty. I did not ever foresee that when I was first wanting to be an entertainer, foreseeing that, no matter what, you're going to have to just accept as an entertainer, you're never going to be as good as those guys with beards making duck whistles.
Yeah, it's true. And there's just so many. It's like I was pitching a show to Discovery, and they didn't take it, but I thought it was a pretty good show. It was actually my one experience with television and picking up show ideas was I had this idea. Well, in my previous business, I was a process server in my line of work in Detroit.
That's it.
I served papers, and I was a licensed private investigator, and I did all this marriage and family stuff for years and years. Had my own business, and I was like, but I also did comedy, so I was like comedy process server.
Okay.
So I came up with this show idea, and I'm like, and True TV flew out, followed me for 2 days. But nothing happened because it doesn't happen constantly, you know?
Right.
And then they were like, we didn't really like the sizzle, but we really love the idea. We want to give you a holding deal. They wanted to give me like $100 holding deal or something stupid for the thing. And I said, no thanks. So they took the idea and made it a rock and roll process serving show out of New York. And I'm like, what? So
Well, that's what I don't understand. Everything's just so stupid.
it's
right
so
now.
stupid. Like, and you
There's
can,
Swamp Pond.
I know. I haven't seen Swamp Pond. I know the dude who chases raccoons. That guy's fucking awful.
Oh, is that the?
Yeah, that's his song.
That is a song.
But he's like, he's like this.
Is he he's the exterminator
Yeah,
guy?
and he chases raccoons and he and he snakes and
Swamp loggers.
yeah.
Like, I mean, we've literally gotten to a point where the general public is so stupid that they will tune in. They'll get home from their job that they worked at all day to tune in to watch somebody work at their job.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking dumb, man. That's why I'm not a fan. I'm not much of a fan of anything. Like, I like watching KU basketball,
Right,
and I like
which is totally
Chiefs.
fake.
KU sports. That's it. That's all we have left, and they're ruining that.
KU basketball. I watched The Bachelor. And
I just don't get. Would you? Okay. Bottom line. Would you marry a woman that had been on
No,
reality TV?
Absolutely. On reality TV or on The Bachelor?
On The Bachelor.
No.
Okay. You'd marry a woman that's been on reality TV?
Well, I mean, reality TV is much more common than it used to be. It's someone in some sort of like, about every 5 people in LA, one person has been on a reality show.
Yeah. You know what? I talk shit, but I did propose to my wife.
Yeah, dummy. What was that for?
It was really dumb. I did propose. Hey, it didn't air, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, but you wanted it to.
At the time, but now I'm grateful.
Okay.
But it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and didn't they buy the ring?
Yeah.
There you go.
I proposed to my wife on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
And can I think, where is it?
What?
Where's the sound?
What's that?
I thought for sure that would get a gay sound or something like you just.
No.
'Cause you
First
said-
of all, gay.
There you go.
Play that one again?
First of all, gay.
Okay.
I wonder why they like that still. Like, there's such like, you can't even say. I mean, like like I remember you were like when I was in 8th grade and 9th grade, we would say, "Oh, that's so gay," and I don't think it didn't have anything to do with homosexuality.
No, it had no weight on it. It still doesn't.
Right, but it's like now it's
But now people get really sensitive and worked up about it. Like,
Come on.
I have that. I have the joke that I do about,
Butt buddies.
Okay, that was. Now you've thrown me off. My head is done with the friggin' sound bites. No, I have a joke that I had to retool because people are sensitive. And I was just basically, but my joke is to make a point.
Was that the joke about retarded people or the joke about
I don't
gay
do a
people?
joke about retarded people.
Okay.
I do a joke about how it's powerful
To be retarded?
to be slow.
Oh, you say slow?
It's very powerful
You
to
don't
be
say
slow.
slow-tarded?
No, because I just think calling people retarded is like, I think it's just lazy. Just like I think sarcasm is the lowest form of comedy sometimes.
Right, which is what I base all my comedy on. Thank you for
I'm a
that.
dick.
That was a Ray
dick.
Cross.
I'm a dick. By the way, Jake Chris, though, is really good at giving me shit. Like, Jake, you came up with that one night. I was not happy. I'm not gonna lie. I smiled through it. Even when I'm unhappy, I'll smile through it and just be like, The meatloaf shit.
Yeah.
I hated it. But you realize that most people do that.
Give you a safety word?
Give me a safety word that means shut up.
Well, I mean, it's sometimes, yeah. Well, there's times like,
Meatloaf.
when you're,
But you kept doing it. Like when I was in.
you needed to get shocked. You needed to be trained. And it's funny because you didn't really. I just like hammered on it, but it's like there are times like I'll go out with you and you'll have one beer and you'll be totally fine, and then another time I'll go out with you, you'll have one beer and you'll be just drunker than 9 Indians. It's like, and I don't understand it. And then it's always the same question. You're like, those guys over there, they're smoking rat poison. Should I smoke this rat poison? Is that cool? I don't know if you really want to do that. How about this tub of glass? Should I put my hand in this tub of glass? It's really sharp. Are you sure you want to do that? No? Okay. I just put my hand in the tub of glass, and it's really sharp.
And it really hurts.
It's really hard. I'm just going to leave with no one looking.
Yeah.
But it's funny, because I do the same thing. I mean, I began by saying, look at the cancer on my knee from...
Yeah, from that was
really
a bad
stupid.
fall. And that was a while ago, too.
It was a while ago. That was like October or November. Yeah, I gotta go to the doctor.
Yeah, go get that looked at.
I gotta go to the doctor.
I was just realizing that's
a long time.
been a...
That's a boo-boo. That's an owie.
The fact that it looks really fresh,
Yeah, that's an owie.
that's not...
Yeah, and the fact that it's blistering is really cool. I didn't notice that.
What was funny is my wife found it very amusing the other day that you called her to get her medical expertise on something, and then she got off the phone and she was like, what you did? You took a probiotic that
Yeah.
you'd never taken before, and it jacked your system.
Yeah, it messed me up. It was so bad because I saw...
What was the remedy that you came up with for yourself? Because I know my wife didn't really give you much of an answer or anything, any help. But then you called her back.
I asked her about accelerated charcoal and apple cider vinegar, and she's like, yeah, those are cool, but they're really good. They got rid of it,
But my wife, yeah, I'm not allowed to ask my wife anything. I'll be like,
That sounds like a perfect marriage.
well, that is the perfect marriage is when you just kind of don't talk about things. What am I? Oh, am I making a lot of noise? Well, mature.
Now just get a little closer to the mic.
Get a little
You're leaning
closer?
back too far now.
My bad. I just noticed on the monitor I look better when I'm back like this because I've got this chin. I'm always worried that I don't like that.
You don't like the chin?
I can't, and it just drives me nuts. That's why I came up with the term slim fat because I don't think I'm a husky dude.
No.
But you catch me in the right light, it's like, hey,
That's a huge bitch.
it's really uncalled for, is what it is. Well, hey, we're gonna take a break. We'll come back. Thank you guys for listening to Couldn't Help But Notice with Brett Riley, and we'll be back in just a moment. Later.
Upcoming shows to the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.
Welcome to FYI. It's Dimitri Young here with Robert Fick. Hey, everybody, welcome to Talking Marijuana.
Hi, everybody. Crabman's Rock and Roll Revival featuring Frazier Smith is on the air, in your hair, and going out everywhere around the world.
I'm Gary Garver, live from the John Lovitz Comedy Club.
This is the John Lovitz Podcast Network.
Hi, John Lovitz here. It's time to put laughter back into your life. Check out the John Lovitz Comedy Club, located in the heart of Universal Studios City Walk, Los Angeles, not Orlando. For tickets, go to thejohnlovitzcomedyclub.com.
You are listening to the John Lovitz Podcast Network.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. Couldn't help but notice with Brett Riley. I'm Brett Riley. My guest, J. Chris Newberg. To start off this next segment, I want to bring that up if we can, Angelo. My daughter is pretty much the reason that I'm happy all the time, as we've already discussed. And this video is just to. This is why. This is. She's pretty awesome. We'll bring this up. This is. She's the best audience there is. So this is, this is yesterday.
Okay.
So she pretty much has the best laugh in the world.
Did she just fake kick you?
Why do you always kick it in the head? Kick me in the head. Okay, I'm gonna try and change your diaper. Don't kick me in the head, okay?
And she's laughing when you're
Okay.
when you're having the greatest
I
time.
don't understand why you gotta always kick me in there. You always have to. Hey. Dude, that laugh is just. You always squealing. You always have to. Hey, Beta. Kick me in there. And then you do. Kick me in the head.
She's kicking your ass.
Hey. Kick me in the head.
She's messing you up, dude.
Kick me in the head. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. But that laugh is. Kick me in the head. That's pretty good. You have a great laugh. I have great hair. Yeah, daddy time. Daddy hair.
Nice.
Right there. Yeah. So I had to share that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because kids. You ever gonna have kids? You ever want to have kids?
I want to have kids with the right person. I don't want to like an 18-year reminder of how I fucked up.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are doing that. But that's what I don't understand about dating. You know what I mean? I'm kind of always been a.
Dating sucks.
I couldn't imagine it right now.
It's just so unfun.
It's so far. I'm so far removed from it because Shayna and I will have been together 9 years on April 7th.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's. I just couldn't. I couldn't imagine just having like a sexual relationship with somebody without the utmost confidence that I would want to have that be the mother of my children. So
I don't really look at it like that.
I don't think you could stay healthy and sane as a grown up if you were dating and you did. That's why
I just have a lower tolerance for females these days. I mean, the older you get, the less willing to just listen to really bad stories you are. And you know what I mean? And it's like sometimes it's like, I'll just be in the middle of a conversation with someone. I'll be like, I can't do this. This is terrible. I mean, I don't want to go home and write in my notebook like Kevin Spacey did in Seven about how dreadful people are. And women are lovely. I think they're the best.
They're great.
But sometimes when they talk, I'm the worst person. Sometimes when they tell stories, it's like they've ruined it for me. Some people shouldn't tell stories.
Women.
Shut the fuck up, you ugly twat.
Well,
I think I don't know. I think they're great, but there's this girl who I kind of hang out with, and you know, it's a secret kind of hang out with thing.
Okay.
And it's like the kind of thing where it's like it's kind of an ideal situation because she'll show up at like 11:30 and then stay till like 7 and leave, and that's great. And you know, when we talk in person, it's fine. But then I'll get these text messages from her that I'm just like I don't know if you guys can see this, but I won't show the person's name. But I'll get a text message that I'm like, not only does it baffle me that you took that long to write it, why would you think I was ever going to read something that long?
One crazy ass bitch.
Yeah, like insane. I think I deleted it because it was scaring the fuck out of me. But it was like, you know, when you get your iPhone, you got like 9 windows.
Yeah.
And it's just all crazy ranting. You're just like, I don't know if I want you to come over tonight because I think we've talked about everything.
Yeah. Raj is the one that pointed out to me that the reason that no one answers my call, and they always respond back quickly with text, which irks me, but Raj pointed that out to me.
That talk a lot?
Yeah.
You are a long-winded talker.
Yeah. On the phone, definitely.
And in person.
And in person.
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen.
So I've got a lot to work.
There's been days when you've been telling a story about. There's been days when you've been telling a story about golf, and it's like you'll tell the story and you're like, and if I may affectionately do my Brett Riley impression of you telling a story, the story is very
did this the other night.
and it was perfect.
I didn't like that.
Well, okay, then I won't do it.
No, do it. Because, but I just thought it was a good story.
So this is Brett telling a story, and I'm going to embellish a touch just for the purpose of
comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so buddy of mine and I, we went golfing the other day. Known this guy for a while, pretty good dude. I'm not very, like, just so you know, I'm not very good at golf. So I haven't golfed in like a very long time. So I went with one of my buddies to this golf place, and it was like a 9-hole thing. And we went there, and my buddy and I, and we get to the golf course. And I'm out there, and I'm hitting it, and everything's good. Because a little bit about me, I used to be a good golfer. That's what I used to do. I used to be a good golfer, and then time went on, and then, you know, I got married, and my daughter and my wife, it's just like, they're so amazing. They're wonderful. They're really great people. So I'm golfing, right? And so I get an eagle on like the 4th hole. And a little bit about me, I'm not very good at golf. So I thought it was tremendous. So I had this amazing experience, and I don't know, that's why I'm going to go up tonight somewhere.
Okay, for one, the story is a good story because the story is the first round of golf, the first hole of golf that I played in 2014. I got an eagle. I got a 3 on a par 5. It was a Sports Center shot. I actually heard birds chirping, da-na-na, da-na-na. Yeah.
Same birds.
Same birds. And it was amazing. Like, I believe in signs, and I believe that if you get a friggin' eagle on the first hole of 2014, that's a sign that this year's going to be great. That's why I was excited about it.
I know, but
I stop in the middle of stories and reference my wife and my kid. And I guess I do reference my wife and child a lot. I did start this segment with
pictures of your baby, which is fine, but it's funny because you're always like, most of the time the people that you're telling stories to are people who are friends with you and understand you, but yet you still give backstory. Like, a little bit about me. A little bit about me. I just want you to know. It's like, dude, I know this. I knew that about you yesterday.
Like you were saying the other night when I did the set the other night, and you were like, I have some notes, just a couple of notes. And your notes were?
Get there.
There was just, you don't need to, like, there doesn't need to be a runway, there doesn't need to be any run-up, there does just get there, that's all.
Yeah.
But the audience was with you, it was good. Just get there faster.
Did you ever see that, did you ever see Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yeah.
When Steve Martin and John Candy get into a fight, and he goes, here's another idea. He goes, if you have a story, how about having a point?
Okay.
Not to that extreme, but
Well, it can be like that, somewhat.
yeah, but I mean, it works for you. You have that amazing ability to like melodically meander through a good story.
That's what I'm going to name my next album, The Melodic Meanderer.
Okay.
Which, but right now, so that's the second idea.
What's the first one?
In the first episode, Roz liked the idea of having my first album being called
A little bit about me.
Optimistic Skeptic. A little bit about me? Is that what you said? Yeah. That's another reason I'm glad I'm not dating.
Right.
In the dating world. I couldn't be single like you right now. I couldn't do it. Because the truth is, if I were talking to a girl, the small talk she would be talking, I'd be like, okay, and now back to me, all right?
Yeah.
All right? We spent time on you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let me talk to you about my wife and kids.
Let me tell you. Well, yeah. If that's my dating life, I'm fucked. Because my wife is a nurse.
Right.
She could kill me in my sleep and get away with it. But at the same time, I wouldn't cheat on my wife. She wouldn't use a gun though. She's a nurse, so she'd probably just look a needle full of air. Can't that kill you?
A needle full of air?
Yeah, that will create a pulmonary embolism.
Good call. Thank you, Angelo. It was very good.
Wow. That's cool. It's a comforting thought.
It is scary.
So don't sleep ever.
Yeah, that's why I only sleep in my car.
Yeah. Oh, I have a good car story that I don't know if I ever told you. Did I ever tell you the Biggie Tupac story?
No. I've never heard the Biggie Tupac story.
So this was about 2 years ago. I was like living in my car, and I had a rough patch, and I just I could either afford a condo or I could either afford my place to live or my place to drive, and I couldn't afford both because I'd been on America's Got Talent, and they only pay you $300 to be on the show for a year. So
really great, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have the opportunity to win $15,000 a year for 50 years, also known as $1 million. But anyways, so I went to, I was at the Trucadero, and I met my friend Kim there, and she's like, hey, there's a party up here, and there's a bunch of food. Come on up. And I'm like, sweet. So I go up there, I eat a little bit of macaroni, and I have one Bud Light, literally one, and I fell asleep in my car outside of the Trucadero.
Yeah.
And I'm in my car, keys in the ignition, car's not running, keys in the, but out cold. I wake up, and there's a paramedic taking my pulse, and I'm like, fuck, did I drink and drive? Fuck, did I hit a tree? Oh my God, what happened? And then I'm like, it's starting to come back to me. I'm like, no, I just fell asleep because I was staying at John Campanelli's house, and his window, he has this like sun window. That's 6:30 in the morning. It's like you're under a microphone or like microwave or magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And you're drenched in sweat at like 6:53 in the morning. So I couldn't sleep. So I fell asleep in my car, and this paramedic's like, he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And I'm like, what happened? And he was like, you were unconscious in your car. And I'm like, oh my God, did I drive? And the guy's like, no. And I'm realizing that I'm on Sunset. And I'm like, what? This is so. And I'm like, he goes, do you need to go to the hospital? I go, no, I'm fine. I fell asleep. And he goes, have you been drinking? And I said, no. And he goes, do you need to go to the hospital? And I'm like, I don't know. What's at the hospital? Like, is it fun? Is it like I was irritated? And so eventually the guy, like the paramedic pulls back, and the second the paramedic pulls back, there's a cop standing there, and he says, step out of the vehicle. And I go, okay. And he turns me around, he puts me in handcuffs, does not read me my Miranda rights, puts me in cuffs, takes me back to his car, puts me in the backseat of his car, and starts asking me all these questions. He's like, do you have a buddy who can come get you? And I go, yeah, sure. He goes, let me ask you a couple questions. And I go, okay. And he goes, what do you do? And I go, I'm a comic. And he goes, you have any jokes about cops? I go, no, not really. And he goes, Biggie or Tupac? And I go, what? And he goes, Biggie or Tupac? And I'm like, Biggie. And he goes, okay. He goes, Lakers or Clippers? And I'm nervous. I'm like, there's only one team in this town. And that's what I said. And he's laughed, and he goes, all right, well, where's your phone? And he's like, you don't have a phone on you. I'm like, well, I can't get it because I'm handcuffed, and it's in my car. So he goes to my car, gets my phone, comes back, calls John to come get me. And I'm like, and then he lets me out of the car, and I go, I have a question. Like, why did you do all this stuff? And he goes, oh, they wanted their pint of flesh because paramedics came out, they were called. They wanted to make sure that you were at least getting arrested. He goes, I don't believe in taking like a $6,000 nap. He's like, I think it's really ridiculous. So then, so John comes up, and I go, can I ask you a couple questions? And he goes, yeah. And I go, what if I would have said Tupac? And the cop goes, nigga, you went to jail.
And you just dropped an N-bomb.
No, that's what he said. I was quoting.
Okay, that was a quote.
And it was a quote. He was
all right.
Yeah, and it was and Campanelli walked up on this, and he's like, what's going on, you know, because I'm still in cuffs, and I'm still sitting on the cement now. And this guy was the coolest thing ever. He just totally let me go. It was so funny. And he busted an N-word and asked me about Biggie. I was like, that's awesome. But yeah, that was the last time I ever slept in my car.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's why I'm like always so reluctant to go anywhere near a vehicle. Like, my life would have been over if I would have got a DUI.
Yeah.
It's just like, so, yeah, that's why I don't go anywhere near.
Did I tell you this? I've told you this, I'm sure, right? This story, just to be on topic. I tell you my Biggie thing?
The Biggie thing?
Yeah. No. When I almost died.
Oh, yeah.
In the car wreck.
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm in Cedars-Sinai, and I've got a brace on my neck. I'm in crazy pain, and I open my eyes, and my wife, well, not my wife at the time, Shayna's right here crying, and she starts screaming at me. She's like, "Wiggle your toes, wiggle your toes," and I wiggle my toes, and then I go, "Where am I?" And she goes, "You're in Cedars. You almost died in a car wreck." She goes, and I go, "Oh, this is where Biggie died." I was like, "We got to get out of here." And my wife's like, "That's the first thing that you're gonna." And I was like, "Oh, and I love you. I love you."
Now, what, did you fall asleep when you were driving? Or
No. I got T-boned. I was going to a friend's house. It was like 9:15, 9:30 at night. And last thing I remember is it was in North Hollywood, and I saw last thing I remember is I saw a parallel spot across the street running right along the park there in Tahunga in North Hollywood, and I was on Morrison, and I went to make a left. That's the last thing I remember. A kid was going 65 miles an hour with no headlights on in a minivan, and he had no driver's license, and the car was like in limbo where it had been sold but they hadn't registered it. It was a total mess. But that's why I love my wife so much, because there was no settlement. You know what I mean? There was no money to get from anywhere. So I'm just lucky that that I didn't end up getting. The only thing that I guess I did get a settlement because I didn't get stuck, because it wasn't my fault. I didn't get stuck with the whatever it was.
Deductible.
It was like almost $1 million to save me. I mean, they had to gut me. Like my diaphragm ruptured. It took the cops an hour and a half to saw me out of the freaking car.
You were unconscious for the whole time?
No, I wish I was. I don't remember it because I guess my body went into shock. But it happened right in front of my friend's house. I was going over to my buddy's.
So he saw it?
He responded. He came running down from his apartment and heard the crash, and all these people are standing there stunned on the sidewalk. And he ran over. He yells to people to dial 911, and he comes over and he goes, "Don't worry, buddy. Hey, man, there's a fire station right down the street. The ambulance is on." Holy shit, Riley! He's like, hey, man, stay with us, man. And my eyes are open, and I'm talking to him, but all I kept saying was like, I can't feel my legs, and I'm like impaled on the steering wheel. And so it was ugly.
So Biggie or Tupac?
So Biggie or Tupac. And I reference Biggie too.
Wow, that is weird.
I respect Pac.
Pac's like I can't say it. Biggie's like the real deal, and Tupac was kind of like.
He was an actor kid.
Yeah, he was like.
He was good. I mean, he's awesome, but he was an actor. The kid grew up.
Yeah, he's like actor. Drake.
He's Drake. Yeah, I mean.
Drake-Pac.
I don't even like talking about Drake. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Why?
How are you going to support a guy that's puts out a song, no new friends, no new friends, no new friends, no, no, no? He's not going to be your friend.
Did you just sing that in the slow character voice?
Not yet.
But you're going to?
Probably.
Okay. How would
No new friends, no new friends, no new friends, no, no, no.
But you have such.
That's mocking me. I'm down with my day one dudes. Oh no.
I just don't.
It's amazing. Like the slow character has incredible functionability in his fingers.
He
It's like-
always does. He's always like, "Hey, listen up, guys. I got do I have a story for you?"
And he's extremely happy guy.
Yeah, a little bit about me. I know that.
A little bit about.
That's great. I want to count how many times you say that tonight or the next time I see you.
A little bit about me. That's the quote.
Yeah.
A little bit about me. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did not know that.
Yeah, you're like, a little bit about me. You know, I'm fine with not going anywhere outside in public. I'm fine. Because when I was in Kansas, we drank beer.
Do I reference Kansas a lot too? Because you wear Detroit stuff every
everywhere,
day.
all the time.
Every day.
This is my Detroit high school. Brother Rice.
Brother Rice?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Mostly because I'm lazy and mostly because everyone from Detroit sends me shirts and I just wear them. But
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with being proud of where you're from.
For me, it's just a reference point to have people to understand my quirkiness.
Yeah.
'Cause I grew up 5 miles from any other people for
Right.
a good portion of my childhood.
A little bit about me. 5 miles is
A
like...
little bit. 5 miles is a long ways.
Right.
Like,
And that's not like metric system. That's
No.
like actual...
That's like from here to Glendale.
It's far.
Yeah. And I've been driving since I was 10.
For real? Like
Yeah.
tractors and stuff?
Yeah, like everything. Like I drove a wheat truck, I drove a tractor, I had a pickup when I was 10.
Did you see Footloose and like totally connect?
Yeah, actually.
Were you mad that they wouldn't let the kids dance?
I didn't understand that. I don't understand why you don't just let the kids dance.
Because it's the sin.
You got a point. I remember that where I grew up, they actually did have, like, at school dances and stuff, the principal would come around with the ruler and put it between you. You had to be
Like that.
that far apart.
Were you like
Because
was
grinding, they were like, this new thing, grinding, it's the devil's work.
the devil's work?
Yeah.
Grinding. Not
It is kind of, have you seen some of the
yeah.
YouTube videos of
Yeah.
these kids twerking?
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, but I mean, I think the penis is the devil's work, because that's where it started,
That's true.
and the vagina is the devil's work, because that's also where it started.
I don't understand such a. How did we get to that point where they were like? When do you think that started in our society? Genital shaming. You know what I mean? Like dudes worrying about having a small dick or a big dick.
I've never really worried about that.
I never have either, because I'm not. But also, like, have you ever sexted?
No.
I've never even thought of it.
I think it's like.
I've also never even thought about like taping myself having sex.
Oh, I've taped you having sex.
That's so disturbing.
A little bit about me.
A little bit about me.
Tape myself during sex. I have done that.
You have?
Yeah, once or twice.
Never had an interest.
Yeah, it's not that really. I mean, it's like watching them. It's nowhere near as cool because it's not like regular porn. There's no good angles. There's no.
No, I don't think you
music.
could get a good angle
And
on
there's
this.
no-
I'm
there's no
really
dialogue.
pale. It'd be hard to watch.
Yeah, like if I had that happening in the background,
Maybe.
then okay, sure. But for the most part, you're like, hold on, wait a sec,
hold
wait,
on.
this is cool.
Hold on.
You like that? Wheezing, puffing. You like that? Does that feel good? Huh? Wheeze, cough.
I don't know.
Can't
I don't get it. I don't get the sexting. I don't get, like, why would you? For one, I just believe if you're in any kind of position of power and you get caught sexting, you should not be allowed to do anything anymore because it's just stupid. Like, what?
Like, who's gonna listen to you? Like, what?
Why would anybody listen to you? You didn't know?
I think Hillary Clinton's gonna win presidency just so she can have some intern go down on her in the Oval Office.
That, you know what? That's some great symmetry.
It would be, especially because I said Oval Office.
I like it. I don't even get the reference.
Her vagina.
Is it oval?
I guess it's also an office. Am I right, guys?
The vulva office? I don't even know.
Oval, not vulva.
Okay. I don't even.
A little bit of that, but
She'll get the labia majorum vote.
yeah. Oh, there you go. No, but I mean, wouldn't that be awesome? Like that would be the hands down coolest moment. She runs. She wins by a landslide or whatever.
But she gets impeached.
Yeah, but she's elected president. And day 3, she releases a YouTube video of her just getting
Of her having like a 22-year-old staffer just chowing her box on the.
Yeah, and then she just is like, she goes like this.
And she's just like, I win.
Yep. She's like, guess what, Bill?
She's like, I finally win.
Guess what, Bill? You're not divorcing me, are you? What's up?
What's up?
That'd be so great.
I do think she's gonna win the next presidency.
Yeah, there's no question.
Who are they? What nut job are they gonna tout out this time? That's what killed me during the election, though. I don't even, I'm not gonna vote for Obama because he's a Muslim. Which leads me to our segment. I tell you what.
Is this your segment?
No, but that's just our next line of discussion. It's gonna be I tell you what, which I want to do with every comic and every friend of mine that comes on the show. Is I tell you what is when you get to tell a story when you were it can be your choice. It can be a time when you were around somebody that was so stupid that you had no idea how they got to their level of whatever place that they're in. Or it can be a story from the road when you were in a situation where you were around people that were so redneck or stupid or whatever that you actually thought you might be in danger.
It was Hilarities in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
Okay.
I was living in Detroit at the time, and I drove down to Cleveland, and I was supposed to stay in the Comedy Condo, which
those are friggin' awesome, aren't they?
Yeah, all of them are so amazing.
Super nice.
Apparently, the one in Dallas that I'm playing at is supposed to be pretty good. Raj said.
No, actually, it is.
Okay, the what Hyenas in Dallas?
Oh, never mind.
Okay, but this in particular comedy club was owned by these 2 Serbian brothers who spoke like you think Jamie Masada is a gifted,
Linguist.
English, yeah,
a gifted linguist.
These 2 were like, first night we go to strip club, you come, and I'm just like, what? Okay, you go with us. We have guns, okay, right. So I'm middling. And the headliner is this guy's name, and I won't call him by his name, but his name is Cowboy Bill Martin. And I will never forget this in my life. So I drive there. I'm exhausted. Just took me 3.5 hours to get there to Middle. And I was planning on staying there. And I go down to the Comedy Condo, and it looks a lot like, I don't know, the apartment on Good Times, and it's just like hit. And so I say, I couldn't remember his name. And I said, who, are you on the show? And the kid's like, yeah, I'm the MC. My name is whatever. And he goes, oh, okay. And there was 2 other people. And I go, and which one's Billy Bob? And I didn't mean it like that. And this guy flips out.
Yeah, no.
Flips out.
I actually have stories.
About him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he flips out. And
not they're like, but that's also from like literally 10 years ago.
Okay, so you want to
Go ahead, keep going.
Oh no, I hated him so much and he was so stupid, and so and he would I
get Tourette's when I'm playing golf.
Yeah, he just he would spit constantly, chew all over the place, and he would fucking he would shave half of his mustache every day in the sink, and then he would shave it in my sink, and I was just I almost went to blows with him 3 times. He wouldn't let me sell CDs.
Yeah.
And total into I just remember he was just such a douche.
Yeah, I had that.
I've since told him that I hated that weekend several times, and it scarred me for life.
Yeah, for one,
he's just not a nice dude. I don't know if he's still doing comedy.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
You know why?
Why?
I don't know if this happens to you. This happens to me.
What?
Comics that I've been out on the road with, from a decade ago or whatever, will, I guess, catch wind that I'm actually still doing it and it's going well.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll friend request me on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Well, when somebody friend requests me on Facebook, for the most part, I just go, okay. Yeah, cool. So I actually see he'll pop up on my
feed.
Have you ever worked with Steve Sabo?
Yes. Oh. Why did you mention that name?
Because that friggin' dude is the devil.
Yeah.
I friggin' drove from fucking Coos Bay, Oregon, all the way to Omaha in his car, straight. I drove 22, 23 hours straight.
With him?
with him
to do a gig
because we'd been on the road. This is right before Shane and I moved to California. I agreed to do a Tribble run opening for him, and we went in his Civic, Honda Civic, for a fucking month. Dude's like, for one, less than 2 hours into the car ride, he starts going on and on about how Shayna is not even close to as good looking as my ex-girlfriend. And my ex-girlfriend was like white trash. And I didn't realize it.
Well,
and it took me a while.
Okay.
But this dude, friggin', this dude, anyway, gets mad like the second show. Because it happened the first show, and then it happened the second show, because he's selling his like wingman t-shirts. By the way, I also just found it comical that this dude, every club, he would have a headshot up of him from like when he was 21 or 23, and he's friggin' balding now. He's like in his 40s at this point. I don't even. Anyway, just scummy, just scuzzy. Like on Adult Friend Finder and MySpace, hooking up some swamp donkey or booger wolf to friggin' hook up with in the town. He already had it pre-ready to go. And I'm sharing, we're riding in the car together. So like every morning, like for a month, we're going to a Denny's or a diner to eat breakfast with some swamp troll that he friggin' plowed the night before in the Motel 6 that we were staying in. It was just dude. Anyway, I drove 23 hours straight from Coos Bay, Oregon to Omaha because he threatened to leave me on the side of the road during my drive. I was driving when he threatened me, and I was like, "Oh, you're not ever getting back in the seat." And I drove 23 hours straight.
Ugh.
And just left. Yeah, but that dude's still doing comedy.
Yeah, and he still books it, and he'll far away gigs for like $100.
Yeah.
And he'll make $500 on the gig, and you'll get $2.
Yeah.
No thanks.
So we managed to
go the entire podcast without bashing on someone until
and then the very last thing we talked about
is we fucking took out two people. God
two
bless
guys.
them both.
God bless them both. They're still out there plugging away and doing their thing. I really don't have any problems with anybody. But back in the day, I fucking
10 years ago, same thing.
So, but anyway, you guys, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Couldn't help but notice. I'm Brett Riley. My guest, J. Chris Newberg. Look him up on Twitter, the Chris Army. Look me up at Brett Riley at Twitter. And again, we'll see you guys.